Hey there, Lori with Care Partners Resource here to give you an update on November's CAREthartic conversation and what we spoke about and what writing techniques we used. So, first, I'd like to start by thanking Colorado Respite Coalition for always supporting these talks and they're just a wonderful organization. So, if you haven't checked them out, please do so. Their Colorado Respite Coalition. And also, I just wanted to update you again on, what we talked about in our November class. It was very informal. I just wanted to kind of get into everyone's head and talk about how the holidays can be such a struggle and so challenging. And of course, November being the first, and then Christmas and then New Year's coming up. And we all have a lot of mixed emotions when we're caring for another person. And sometimes it can create a situation where it makes us feel very lonely, or we can feel very overwhelmed. We forget all of the positivity that's in our lives because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to continue to have the perfect holidays. If you've always cooked for Thanksgiving, then you think you still need to do that and be there for everybody, and put everybody else at the top of the list instead of remembering that you still have needs and only so many resources available to you while you're caring for another person. That's a lot of work, and there are a lot of emotions that come along with that. So, especially during the holidays, we can tend to feel really sad or very overwhelmed. But we can find blessings in every single day. We really can. We can find something good about every day if we plan for it and look for it. So, one of the things that I recommend people do is write down a bunch of gratitudes. When you're feeling really happy and positive that day, take a minute and write down all the things that you're grateful for, all the things that make you happy that you have in your life. Write them on a sheet of paper, cut them up, put them into little individual joys or happiness or gratitudes, and put them in a jar or an envelope or a vase or something, but keep them somewhere that you can see them. And when you are having a really challenging, difficult day, dig into that vase and grab something to remind yourself, yes, I can be happy today. This makes me happy. The sunshine that's coming through my window behind me, that makes me happy. Even if it is cold outside, if the sun is shining, that makes me happy. Or if you're in a part of the country that when winter hits, it gets a little gray and stays gray all the time, it can be really hard for you to find joy and happiness because we do need that vitamin D from the sun to make us joyful. And that's a true scientific fact. I'm not just coming up with that. So find other things that make you happy. Did you put up your Christmas tree? And there's a couple of particular ornaments on there that bring back a happy memory that bring you joy. Write those down and put them in your gratitude jar. But it's all about your attitude, and nobody can control that but you. And I know it feels like sometimes it can feel like, you don't have control of that because you wake up in a good mood, but the person you're caring for wakes up grumpy. Or you go to the grocery store and everybody around you is rushing and hustle bustle and grumpy and brushing past you. And that can really change your mood. But you don't have to let it do that. But you have to remember that you have control. You can shake it off. You can put on a beautiful song or Christmas song or, some type of music that makes you happy, that brings you good memories, and do those things to change your mood or your attitude. And sometimes just by doing that and you shifting your mood, it can help shift the mood of the person that you're caring for, right? There's also other things you can do is just step away for a minute. If your person is really grating on your nerves or, just because you're a caregiver and you're caring for someone does not mean that you don't have natural emotions and feelings. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel grief. It's okay to feel selfish. I mean, those are natural emotions that we feel. And when you take on the role of caring for someone, it doesn't mean that you suddenly become angelic, right? That is the reason I named my book, You're a Caregiver, Not a Saint. You are not a saint. You are allowed to have natural emotions and feelings. You just can't sit in them forever. And you just got to kind of try to shake it off and find things to be joyful about. Um, and we also talked about planning for the holidays, or we're going to talk about that this month in our class. One thing that can be really helpful is sit down and write about last year's Christmas, if you were caring for your loved one then, and all of the things like, what did it feel like? What were your emotions? What did you see? What did you feel? What did you smell? All of the emotions and senses around the holidays. And then think about that. What went right and what didn't go right? You have the perfect opportunity now to make things different. Change your holiday that didn't go right. If you were alone and you felt exceptionally lonely, maybe if your family isn't around, set up a FaceTime or a Zoom call at an important time during the day that'll make you feel better, that'll make you feel more connected. If there were too many people around and you were hosting and it was just overwhelming, reach out to family members and say, look, things have changed. I just can't do this anymore. Is anyone else willing to step up and take on this responsibility, at least as long as the person you're caring for is just overwhelming you, and the things that you're having to do are a lot? Because, I know what it's like. My mom was a full transfer. She was paralyzed on her right side and she couldn't speak. She could think and she understood everything, but she could not express herself. So every day was filled with do, do, do. That's what she said. And she thought she was saying words and expressing herself, but she wasn't. So as we called it, she would do, do, do us all day long. And then I had to guess, is it about you? Is it about me? Do you have to go to the bathroom? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Those are things that take a lot of energy from you. Caring for a loved one is emotionally and mentally exhausting, and a lot of times it's physically exhausting. So recognize that, allow yourself to feel those struggles and emotions that you have during this time, and ask for help if you can't do it anymore through the holidays. It's a lot. I know we all have our normal traditions that we do, but during this period of time, it's okay to let go of some things and ask for help, and or just not do them. It's okay. Remind yourself that it is not a time to be perfect in everything we do. You probably weren't perfect before you started caring for your loved one, but now it's even more difficult. So anyway, give yourself permission to do things differently this year so that you can enjoy the holidays as well, because it is your holiday too. So that's my 2 cents for today. If you want some ideas on how to shift your attitude or some journaling techniques, feel free to email me at Lori@CarePartnersResource.com, or feel free to check out my Facebook page. It's Care Partners Resource and Consulting. I offer a lot of tips and free journal techniques and journal prompts. Also, if you're interested in my book, You're a Caregiver, Not a Saint, yeah, right. That's WRITE. You can find that on Amazon.com, or you can find it on my website, CarePartnersResource.com. And I look forward to seeing you next month. Take care. Have a good holiday. And again, feel free to reach out to me either on Facebook or at my website. And if you need resources or anywhere that you think I could help you. So take care. Try to have a good holiday, and I'm sending you many, many happy wishes.